الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خاتم الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه والتابعين لهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. Assalaamu, alaikum, warahmatullaahi, wabarakaatuh. Okay, this book is based on a poem which was written by Hafiz bin Ahmed Hakami, and it's explained by or summarized by Sheikh Abu Asim. Okay, now if we skip through to page in the book, page number 15 and 16, you can see the poem of which the rest of the book is based upon. Okay, so we're just going to go straight through the topics, and we're not going to focus on the poem, we'll just go straight to the content matter of the book. Okay, so in the introduction to the book, and it said it contains a couple of issues. The first issue, Alif, okay, is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the creation for His worship. And the evidence of this is found in the verse, وَمَا خَلْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. And I have not created the jinn and mankind except for my worship. The second issue, which is discussed in the book, is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will resurrect us and hold us all accountable for whether we worshipped Him or not. Did we fulfill the purpose that we were created for? And in the previous verse here, أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ أَبَثًا وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ. Okay, do you think we created you in play and that you won't be brought back to us? And there are many verses in the Quran which refer to the resurrection that will take place and the accountability, and that we will be held accountable for everything that we did here. Jim, the third issue is the definition of ibadah, worship, which is a collective noun for everything that Allah loves and is pleased with, from sayings and actions, both apparent and hidden. And He has coupled that along with the perfection of love and perfection of humility. The fourth issue, which is covered here, is the covenant, okay, which he has placed into three different categories. The first category, that everyone, the first covenant, which was taken by everyone in the beginning of the creation, which from the evidence from the verse, وَإِذْ أَخَذَ رَبُّكُمْ مِنْ بَنِي آدَمَ مِنْ ظُهُورِهِ ذُرِّيَّتَهُمْ وَأَشْهَدَهُمْ عَلَى أَنفُسِهِمْ أَلَسْتُ بِرَبِّكُمْ قَالُوا بَلَى شَهِدْنَا. And when your Lord brought forth from the children of Adam, from their loins, their seed, and made them testify as to themselves, am I not your Lord? They said, yes, we testify. So that was the first covenant which all of us have taken in the beginning of creation. However, we have forgotten. This is something that we have forgotten. And then the second covenant is the fitrah, which every child is born upon, which is this natural inclination to believe and worship God, to believe and worship one God. However, from the hadith we know that the parents teach them to become Jews or Christians or Magians or whatever other religion that they happen to be upon. And the third covenant is the renewal, which the prophets are sent with. And then the Sheikh Abu Asim has broken that down into three categories, which was establishing the religion and delivering the message, and to believe in every prophet that is after that particular prophet, and to believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, and then one of the verses which he has used for evidence, وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِنَ النَّبِيِّينَ مِيثَاقَهُمْ وَمِنْكَ وَمِنْ نُوحٍ وَإِبْرَاهِيمَ وَمُوسَى وَعِيسَى بْنِ مَرْيَمَ وَأَخَذْنَا مِنْهُمْ مِيثَاقًا غَلِيظًا. The meaning of which, and when we took from the prophets their covenant, and from you, and from Nuh, Ibrahim, Musa, and Isa son of Maryam, we took from them a strong covenant. With regard to the aspect of our being judged on the Day of Judgment, and those people who may not have received the message or have been unable to comprehend that message, there comes the issue that how can they be judged for something that they were unaware of? So we actually find in a hadith, which has been classed as authentic by al-Aswad bin Sariyat, where the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said there are 4 types of people who will be tested on the Day of Judgment: a deaf man, a madman, an old-aged man, and a man who died during the period of Fatrah, where he did not receive any message or did not receive any messenger. And the deaf man will say, "Oh Allah, I didn't hear anything," and each man will have his excuse that they didn't understand or they didn't hear or they didn't get the message. And then they will be told to enter the fire, and that will be their test. So they will be tested on the Day of Judgment. And those people who obey will find they enter no fire. They enter a place which is peace and cool. And those people who disobey will be dragged into hell. And Allah knows best. And this is confirmed by the verse, "And we will never punish until we have sent a messenger." Therefore, those people who haven't received the message in this world, then those people will receive their test on the Day of Judgment, and Allah knows best. Okay, so rounding out from the Sheikh's introduction, okay, we have included that we are created for worship. We will be held accountable for the purpose of our creation. Okay, we've discussed the meaning of worship, and that we have the covenants. We have taken a covenant, although we have forgotten, and that we were born on the fitrah, which includes the natural inclination to fulfill that covenant, and the renewal of the renewal covenant of the prophets who were sent to remind us of that covenant and to bring us back to that truth. Okay, so that rounds up for this lesson, and then inshallah we will start with Tawheed and its divisions in the next lesson. Okay, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.